Started the stream. I went on normal latency on YouTube now. That may have been what was fucking it up before. I did ultra low because I hoped that, like, you know, there'd be less lag and all that. Oh, sorry, not there'd be less delay. But I think we might have to just live with a bit more delay. How are we doing? Are we okay? Are we all right, chat? You see and hear me currently? Let's just hope that was it for now. All right, let's do this. All right. All right, we're back on, boys. We're back on. Oh, fuck. Fucking hell, mate. I am. I don't even know why I moved that to the second thing. Just 1 second. So I'm just rearranging this. How are we doing, chat? Are we all right? As Barrett would say to Leslie at the end of FF7 Remake, you all right? Seems good? Okay. All right, chat, we learned a new lesson today. I cannot stream on ultra low latency. We have to go on normal latency. All right. Guys, welcome in Angel Roche, Torius, Elbiriu, Sleepy Lion, Zagarapito, Zax Monkey, Torsten, Midgeworth, Madoni Amia, Nuno Brown, look who's back, welcome in, Anna Downia, welcome in, Pumpkin Warlock, HG, Holly, Crimson Hawk, the 510, Metal Crazy, Blue Rose, Ray Tesler, Bernard, Z-Bird, thank you for the 4 months. Keep up the amazing comment. When is the FF12 Suffer stream coming? Well, I think it's Z-Bird, thank you for that 4 months. I've been thinking about suffering streams, right, and I was asking my chat today in Discord about if I was going to play a Dragon Quest or a Bravely Default, which one should I play? Well, it turns out Bravely Default 2 is the only one on Steam, and it's going for like 90 Australian dollars, and it's got like mixed reviews, so that's not really selling me on it. Also, Crix, thank you for that Prime. Thank you very much, Crix Dits. And as for Dragon Quest, alright, well, people say the best ones are Dragon Quest 8, 11, how I say, people say the best Dragon Quests are 7, 8, and 11, and none of them are on Steam. Absolutely no one's surprised. So maybe Dragon Quest 3 Remake is a good one. That's supposed to be a good one. Except, it's also $90 fucking dollars. Jesus Christ, man. Like, people wonder why people don't play these games. Man, it's like, you make them unavailable, and when you do, you make them cost too much. And then when you put it on Steam, the port doesn't run. It's like, my God. Just, fuck. Anyway, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get y'all. Kevin Keys, welcome in. Bald Eagle. Scott Tennerman, welcome in. Berserker J. Bodicus, welcome in. Renith. Yeah, Crybaby Ned. Oh god, we're not going to talk about that. LVX Dragon, welcome in. Prosper Chance Sniper, welcome in. All right, guys, I'm sorry if I missed any chats. Nero Smith, welcome in. But we got everything. Skittles the Fangirl. Job isn't done. Welcome in. How bad? How are you? Tom. Why do I look younger with each video? I don't know. As soon as I take these sunnies off, you'll see the death rings around my eyes, mate. Then you'll see how old I really am. Plot, welcome in. Okay. Alright, so we seem to be alright. We just have to stream with normal latency. Australian taxes come for us all. Oh, God help me when it comes to that. Old school gamer, welcome in. Gotta love emulators. Square, let me buy it. Let me just buy the game. Stop making me emulate this shit. 12 has Zodiac. So, here's the thing. I do want to play the other JRPGs other than Final Fantasy, you know, just so I can at least have an idea or know through experience what some of these other series have to offer. So that means I will do, at some point I'll do Octopath 2, and at some point I'll do Metaphor, alright? That way I've got an Atlas game under my belt, I've got one of these other ones, but Bravely Default, I mean, fuck off guys, $90 for this thing, it looks... It's a low poly 3D game, man. There's no way it should cost that much. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, fuck. Earthbound? Yeah, I heard Earthbound's good. A lot of people keep recommending that. Michael Lopriori, welcome in. Mega320, how you doing? The world's best pants. Thank you for enjoying Le Shades. No, stop telling chat, Guest Brody, chat, stop telling me to play Shin Megami Tensei, alright? I will never play that game. Ever. Alright? What a game like Shin Megami Tensei or an anime like Jujutsu Kaisen, all right? Those are guaranteed to turn me into an ultra weeb within 1 minute, all right? If I play 1 second of that game, or watch 1 second of that show, I'm immediately gonna become that guy with the fedora and the katana who's like, "Hello there, milady. Might I perchance notice you have a Nintendo Switch? Could thou possibly be the elusive gamer girl? Well, if thou art, then perhaps may I humbly request thou be my player too." You know what I mean? I'm gonna become that guy in one the Jujutsu Kaisen and Shin Megami Tensei are the reason those people exist. All right, they turn people into that, and I am not ready to turn into that myself. All right, although I love the guy who does that character. It's Lolo. I think that guy's fucking awesome. So, all right, Pablo, welcome, man. Looking forward to Metaphor. It'll be interesting. Question, chat. Question. Do you think I'm biting off more than I can chew if I try to voice act all of Metaphor by myself? Or would that be a rather interesting challenge? I mean, look, I did it with FF14, and nothing is longer than that. But maybe Metaphor is going to be quite a lot. Or would it be worth the old college try? Because if I do have the voice acting on, honestly, I'd rather just hear it in Japanese. I'm, for the most part, I'm not impressed by... God, what the fuck is wrong with my hair? I'm not impressed by English dubs for Japanese things for the most part. If it's going to be a shitty English dub, it may as well be my shitty English dub. How about that? Ghoul, welcome in. Psychooxis, welcome in. You think I already became that guy? What's up, Verital Fern? Welcome in. Moochie, one of us? No, I don't want to be. I don't want to become that guy. Not just yet. The American accent was terrifying. Good afternoon, Nicholas Collins. Welcome in. Lady Money, welcome in. Alright. Nukestar. That's too much. Metaphor is a lot of text. Metaphor has VA, not all of it, but you'll have a break from it from time to time. What if I stream Metaphor in Japanese, but for all the unvoiced parts, I just do it. I just VA it myself. Because I bet, you know what? I already know the answer to this question. I bet you Metaphor is like all those Japanese games where the cutscenes are VA'd, but whenever they're talking, I don't know, just in like a normal conversation or whatever, it's just like line of text or paragraph, cap, sentences or 5 sentences, cap. I imagine it's like that. I imagine that's exactly what it is. So if that's the case, then maybe I could just do those parts. I don't know. Everoni, thank you for the prime. Appreciate that. What do you think, chat? Am I correct in that assessment? That's exactly what Metaphor is like? Because I know that I think Yakuza's like that, and I remember Fist of the North Star, the game, like Lost Oasis or something, was like that as well. Yeah. So. You have to do it? No, I refuse. Metaphor plays like Persona, but the story is something like FF Tactics. Okay, no, I hear Metaphor has a superb villain. That's pretty cool. Gomage the Grammy Awards jury. Mellow Frogaroo! Thank you for the 1 year on Sebi goddamn Webs TV. Look at that! That's me racing against Extra Emily and getting absolutely wrecked. Well, here's the thing, chat. What I heard about the Grammys, right, is apparently one of the criterion for the Grammys is there has to be like a physical album release for it to be nominated, which I don't think E33 has yet. Yeah, it's on Spotify and YouTube. Also, I'm wondering if these are even like nominated for this year and shit. Like they're nominated Helldivers 2 and Star Wars Outlaws. Like that's last year. Aren't those games from 2024? So maybe E33's in the running next year? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't pay attention to the Grammys. I don't really give a shit about them. If it's a technicality and it's up for a nomination next year, then great. But if it has been deliberately snubbed, then with all due respect, those guys are not doing their jobs. And they don't know. I would not take their opinion seriously on music at all. It's bullshit, Angel. I think it is. But I mean, like, if it's a technicality, then sometimes that just is what it is, in a way. Rather than a snub, it's like, well, no, we do this for everything across the board. I don't know. Helldivers 2 was released last year, but it had a soundtrack album released in March. Okay. The nomination was from a DLC from this year. Really stunted. Ah, well, in that case. If the Grammys are snubbing it, why do you think that is? Why would you think that? Because that's strange. I mean, it couldn't be like, oh, you know, the game's sexist. I mean, the game's got like 3 female main characters. It's got more female main characters in your party member than you have dudes. One of them is Asian, all right, like me. So I feel represented, you know? Oh my God, if Lune wasn't in the game, oh, I'd be trembling in my seat at the lack of diversity, all right? So like, you know, it's stupid. Like, it checks the boxes, you know, all the boxes that we know about. Marsh, welcome in, welcome in. It's complicated and political, Taurus. So you can let me know, yeah, just if you want. Because they're French. Come on, look, the French have got themselves a free pass by making this game, all right? They're forgiven for everything because of E33, for now at least. So, I have not played Digimon Worlds, Yinsen. I saw Preach streaming the new Digimon game. Is it good? So, Bo Pink, you thoroughly enjoyed Metaphor. VA is good, story is deep, bit incongruent with the dark bits of story happening in cel-shaded anime graphics. Yeah, look, I'll do the best I can with it. Bite Ass, welcome in. Captain, imagine sitting down and playing Star Wars Outlaws. I mean, like, the footage I've seen from it is not great. Parasite Eve 2? I mean, how do we even play that? So, Dread Manta, there's Redditors who don't like this really cool guy because he recognizes how great E33 and how flawed modern FF is. You see the word grifter tossed around. You're excited to hear about this tweet. Oh yeah, we'll get to that tweet in a second. People who say grifter, they don't even know what the word means. They honestly don't. They honestly don't. I mean, someone in the comments was even saying, like, no, he does hate Rebirth. Like, this is a verifiable fact. Like, this isn't manufactured. He's not pretending to hate it. I didn't even know you can make money from tweets until they repeatedly accuse me of that. I still don't. I haven't met the requirements for it, and I don't care. I actually don't care. If I had to pay $10 per tweet, I would fucking do that. All right? If you only think in terms of money, you will never understand why I make the content I make, why I say the things I say or do the things I do. It's never going to make sense to you. You got to remove money from the equation in this one. So, major established publishers, greasing hands behind the scene, Papa. The thing is, if they do that, if it really is a deliberate snub and an attempt to suppress E33 because of the implications it has for the industry, because it made a lot of people look bad, a lot of things look bad, that only solidifies its underdog status. That basically, how would I say, that way you can't say it has an establishment push. It's a true underdog in that regard, and the strongest form of advertisement is word of mouth. And it's crazy that with zero advertising, as far as I know, other than like a couple of trailers, cut from the game's content and using its own music, the only real advertisement E33 had was word of mouth. And on that alone, it outsold both FF7 Rebirth and FF16. Like, it just, you know what I mean? That speaks volumes about what's going on. So, haven't you heard of this other franchise you're not talking about, Nicholas Collins? Oh yeah. Have you never heard of Bravely Default, Octopath Traveler, Dragon Quest, you know, Persona? It's like, look, with all due respect, mate, I'm not talking about any of those. All right, none of those franchises hit like Final Fantasy, and if they did, this conversation would not exist. All right. Because they would have filled that gap in the market. Spoilers, they didn't. That's why this conversation's still around. It's just, you know what I mean? The need is still there. The hole hasn't been filled. So, all right, let's continue. Diara dia. The French have got it right with their dedication to maintaining the integrity of their language. Well, it's interesting to me that the French have l'Académie Française, the Academy of French, whose goal it is to keep French basically the same. But they failed with weekend, all right? French people say le weekend, which is an English word, because the French way of saying it is le fin du semaine, which is the finish of the week. No one's got time to say all that. The youth are like, nah, fuck it, the weekend. So yeah. Which I think, but I still think that's cool. I think it's a cool endeavor, but it can't really work. Michael Priori! Arigato! Look at that! For the 5 gifted Subarus on Sebi Webb's TV. Michael! Thank you for that 5-pack, you fucking dog. Also, guys, chuck Michael a follow. He's a fucking legend. Peanut, welcome in. Had to be done, mate. It had to be done. We gotta address it. Underwater Boat, welcome in. You too, Ashnakoi! So, Sebi doesn't do it for the money, he does it for the women and the lols. Look, I don't have time for women, alright? I'm too busy arguing with strangers on the internet about Final Fantasy, alright? I've got more important things to do. So, alright, let's continue. If you're a big publisher and were beaten by word of mouth, spent big bucks on advertisement, you might feel a certain kind of way. Sad thing is E33 basically handed them the keys for making games that people want to buy. Like, people... I've never seen this happen with a game company or a game before, which is gamers asking if they can pay more for it. I've never seen that. I've been around a while, but with E33, it was like, man, are you guys sure you only want to charge 50 US for this? This is better than games that cost like 80 US, man. When the DLC was getting announced and it was free, I saw people in the comments being like, it doesn't have to be free. Like, we want it to be as good as possible. Do you want $10? Can I give you $10 for it? Like, who the fuck does that in this day and age? Who the fuck asks to pay more for a game, or can they give more money to a company? That's the power of being on the gamer's side. That's the power of knowing your specific audience and going 110% into it. That's the difference, you know. You don't have to trick your audience. You don't have to lie to them. You don't have to squeeze money out of them. If they sense that you're on their side, they will give you money. They will be very happy to. Eyes, welcome in. Sai, Le Fin du Semaine is more like Thursday and Friday, the end of the business week. Yeah, okay, Mr. French person. As someone who doesn't speak French at all right? I think I know more about that culture than you. Nah, you're probably right, so. Quebec French is snubbed by France, but they say Le Fin du Semaine. Well, that's the thing. The Académie Française already is in a tough spot because of the existence of French Canada. That alone means the languages are just going to diverge. So, all right. That first E33 trailer, dude. That first E33 trailer. Sorry, had a burp. I'm full of coffee and steak and onions right now. That first E33 trailer. That got me excited for a new game coming out in a way that I hadn't felt in like decades. It made me realize the last time I was excited for a new game was Final Fantasy VIII. And we all know that didn't quite top 7. And since then I haven't really been excited for a new one. And it was that One Punch Man feeling, you know, where he has the dream where he's fighting enemies who are actually a challenge and he's just like, what is this rush, this feeling? Is it the exhilaration of a real fight? Like, I was having that. I was like, am I excited for a new game? Like, I actually had a Saitama moment with it. Oh my god. Anyway, enough fucking about. Let's welcome you all in, guys. Omega, welcome in. Silver Grail. Yeah. Mediocre Games asking for a AAA price. Yeah, I mean, who cares, mate? Barebrained, what if you want me to squeeze me? I won't be doing that. Arnold Toilet, welcome in. Kawaii, what JRPG stuff will we see tomorrow at Sony State of Play? If we're lucky, Kingdom Hearts 4, FF7 Remake Part 3. I mean, really, they're the only ones anyone cares about. Otherwise, I don't know. Yeah, I make you deep dive. Thank you for all the deep knowledge, Kirby's Rage. I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, like, if there's something I want to know about, it's worth rabbit holing it, I guess. So, all right, chat, enough fucking about. How about we take a look at the tweet? How's that sound? Let's have a wee look at this tweet. Let's go. Hang on. All right. Oh, there's an ad break in progress? Oh, piss off. All right, well, never mind then. That's weird. It should have told me that. All right, never mind then. You force your wife and 3 kids to listen to E33. It's beautiful. Beast. Yeah. So I'll wait for that ad to be over, and then we'll do that. All right. Bloodborne Remastered. Come on, mate. We all know that's not gonna happen. We all know that's not gonna happen, mate. Oh, that's a brilliant comedy right there. Bonryu, welcome in. So, also Bonryu, thank you for the 8 months on SebiWebs TV. Completionist, welcome in. You're working at a gold mine? You're working at a literal gold mine. That's fucking awesome, man. That's crazy. Legend of Dragoon remake. They're never gonna do that. And if they do, don't give it to Square. Don't trust Square to remake anything ever again. Unless it's Dragon Quest, all right. In fact, my tinfoil conspiracy theory is that Enix is trying to make Final Fantasy as shit as possible, as an act of revenge for Final Fantasy overshadowing Dragon Quest for 15 years straight before the merger. That's my tinfoil theory. That's why they can remake That's why they can remake Dragon Quest properly, but they can't do it for anything else, for anything FF related. So, don't hold me to that. As I say, I made a literal music video making fun of people who pre-order games, and then I pre-ordered E3 Korea, and I don't regret it for 1 second. All right, that's that's how you know it had a hold over me and a lot of people. What's up, Ballsy? How you doing? You don't trust them at all to learn from their mistakes? Or is that they don't see it as a mistake? Rowie. Well, the thing is, right, the reason I throw my hat into the, I guess the arena, the Twitter arena and whatever, to say, you know, to advocate like the old school Final Fantasies. Oh, am I stuttering? Fuck. Am I frozen? Hang on. Is it all Twitch? Or